Hello and welcome to my channel, Heartfelt Crochets by Darlene. 'Tis the season for pumpkins. Crisp, cold air. The fall is definitely in the air, and the leaves are going to be changing soon, and you're going to start seeing all kinds of pumpkins everywhere because it's Halloween in a month, and then following Thanksgiving. So I went ahead and I threw together this little pattern for these pumpkins, and I want to do a crochet with me today, and I'm hoping that you will join me. We are going to be doing this larger pumpkin today, and it's quite simple, and if you're a beginner, you'll love this pattern. It's perfect for you too. All right, so let's go ahead and crochet this beautiful pumpkin. Okay, so what we are going to need today is, I have here Red Heart Super Saver yarn in the color Aran, I believe is how you say that. And I have a bunch of Poly-fil stuffing. I am using a 5mm crochet hook. You're going to need a pair of scissors and a yarn needle. So I'm going to shove these aside a little bit. And what we are going to do is create a slip knot. And then we are going to chain 31. 10. 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Now we are going to skip the first chain and go into the next one. And we are going to crochet a half double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook into the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 3. That's a half double crochet. And then you are going to repeat in the next chain and in the next chain, and you're going to do that all the way down the chain. Yarn over, insert your hook into the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. And when you are finished, you should have 30 half double crochets. So do that, and I will meet you back here. Okay, once you have finished that row, you are going to chain 1 and turn your work. Now we are going to crochet half double crochets in the back loop only. And don't skip this one. This is considered our first half double crochet. We're not counting the chain 1 as a half double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook into the back loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, if I can get that out of the way. Yarn over, insert your hook into the back loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. And you are going to repeat that all the way down the row in the back loop only, half double crochets. course, you can make these in any color that you want. This year, this color seems to be really popular for pumpkins. This and a little bit darker of a sand color. Okay, so we're down to the last two. Now when you get to the end, it's going to look like you should go in here, but you need to turn it a little bit and see it right here. So you're going to go into this one. And don't forget to crochet a half double crochet in that one, because if you don't, then you're going to end up being short one, and you're going to end up getting a pumpkin at the angle like this. All right, so you're going to chain one and you're going to turn your work. Now, this is 2 rows. You are going, see this little ridge? I love this little ridge. You are going to continue this in multiple of 4. So we're going to want 28 rows. You go ahead and you crochet your 28 rows of half double crochets in the back loop only of each row. And I will meet you back here with my finished 28 rows. All right, so I have completed my 28 rows. And this is what it looks like with all of the ridges. And we are just going to flip the bottom up to match the 2 edges together. And then we're going to flip it over. And we are going to close this with single crochets. The previous stitch. And then you're going to go into the first chain space from the very first row. And single crochet. Then you're going to go into the next stitch under both loops, and then you're going to be able to see these little holes here underneath the chain. So you're going to go ahead in there and single crochet, and you're going to repeat this all the way across, closing this. It can be a little tricky seeing where that chain is. Just take your time. Continue closing. And I'll see you just as we get to the last couple stitches of closing. All right, when you get to the end, you want to make sure that you go all the way to the very end. Count your spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, to make sure that you line them up correctly. Okay. All right. Now I had went ahead and I had cut quite a bit of yarn here, very long tail. I'd probably say 4 or 5 feet, just make sure I have enough. So you're going to go ahead and chain 1, and then you are going to pull that through. And then just for a little extra security, just tie that in a little knot with that other extra end piece of yarn. Now we are going to turn this right side out because it's inside out already. Okay, there we go. And we have a nice clean edge where we sewed it together. You can't even tell the difference. Now what we're going to do with this inside piece of yarn, let's pull that back out this way because this is where it ends. We are going to thread our yarn needle. Okay. We're going to have quite a bit to deal with, but that's okay. All right, so now we're going to, in each middle row, so the row without the ridge, there is a loose piece of yarn. We are going to start from the very beginning and go underneath it with our yarn needle and pull that through. And then skip the ridge and go into this next one. Skip the ridge, go into this next one. And you're going to do that all the way around. Sometimes in this worsted yarn, as you're going along, you'll end up finding this little knot. And this also happens when you're dealing with a long yarn tail. Come on. Okay. Uh-oh. I was going to show the knot that I was dealing with, but I'm creating my own knots here as I go. All right. Okay, into the next one. Just pull it a little slower and we can avoid it getting all knotted up. Okay, so we're about halfway around. Just continue, skip the ridge. Go into the next one. Now once you pull that nice and tight, you want to make sure you hang on to it and just put your needle in through anywhere and then slip it through that loop and pull that tight. Okay. Then we are going to go ahead and turn this right side out. Now is when we are going to stuff our pumpkin. Make sure you just keep turning your pumpkin to make sure that it's being distributed evenly around. Now we are going to cinch this side together. Okay. And we're just going to do the same thing, only this time it's going to line up with the ridges. And just continue that all the way around until you meet at the beginning where you just started. Okay. Oh, come on. And then cinch it closed. This is where we began, so we're going to go under where we had started. Come on. Cinch it closed. Okay. Nope. Got a little bit of that filling poking through there. So we're going to do the same as we did on the other side. Gonna hold that tight and just insert our needle into here and through. Pull that tight and then go in through the loop and pull that tight. Okay, now what we are going to do is in between these ridges, every other one, we are going to bring our yarn down over in between the two ridges, insert our hook into the center of the bottom, and come back up through the top. And pull that snug. Now we're going to skip one and go into the next one right here. In through the bottom. Come back up through the top. And pull tight. Do the same thing, skip this one, go in through the next one. Skip this one, go into the next one. Skip this one and go into the next one. Get this one, go into the next one. And then one more, skip this one, go into the next one. And pull tight. And then you can see what it did. It created all these nice round ridges of the pumpkin. And now you're going to want to hold that really tight. Go through in one side and just randomly out through the other. Slip it through the loop and pull that tight. Okay. Then we are going to just slip this down through the bottom. And then we're going to just weave it in and out anywhere. Just to hide the end and give it a little bit of extra security that it's not going to come undone. And then cut that yarn. Pull tight and cut it so it kind of will disappear as soon as you let go. This is the bottom of your pumpkin. This is the top. You can tell where it's a little bit of a mess. And this is where we're going to put our stem. We're going to make that next. Now for the stem, I'm using Red Heart Super Saver yarn, and it is in the color medium Thyme. And what you're going to do is you're going to just make a chain, and we're not quite sure how long we want that chain until we hold it up to our pumpkin. That's not going to be long enough because we want it to bend over a little bit at the top. I think that's going to be good. So I ended up having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we'll go 15 chains. Now what we're going to do is you're going to single crochet in each chain. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, come on, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Then you're going to chain 1 and turn. And you are going to single crochet in the back loop only. For 14 single crochets. And you're going to do that for this row and for 2 more rows after this. So if you want, you can just go ahead and continue, continue with your single crochets for the remainder of this row and then for 2 more rows, and I will meet you back here. All right, so I finished my 4 rows. Now I want you to notice that on one side you can only see one ridge. On the other side, you see two ridges. The two ridges is what we want to stay on the outside of the stem. So we are going to fold it closed this way, and we are going to slip stitch it closed. Just insert it into that chain and then into this next stitch of the last row, and pull through and slip stitch. Go into the next stitch and then into this next stitch of the last row, crocheted and slip stitch. And continue that all the way down until you reach the end, and I'll see you there. All right, so that part can be a little tedious because you're working with such a small piece. So when you get to the end, you're just going to go ahead and you're going to chain one, and you're going to just cut a long piece of yarn and pull that through and give a little tie with that other end piece from the very beginning of your chain. And now you can cut this little piece off. Now thread your yarn needle and we are just going to work our way around. Just go under one, and then you're going to just go around your stem. So from the inside out, just insert your needle and then grab another piece of the center, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And then again under your stem, and under your stem, and then again under the center, and under the stem, and we should be all the way around. And then now what we're going to do is insert our needle into the center and come out the bottom, and then insert it through the bottom and come out randomly anywhere. And then back in that same spot and out somewhere else, and then back in that same spot and out through the bottom. Give it a good pull so that when you cut it, it will disappear. And then you have your stem, and you can just bend it. If you enjoyed this crochet with me, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you can be notified of upcoming videos like this one, amongst many other videos that I have. check out my playlist so that you know the different types of videos that I have. All right, until next time, bye.